We're doing this one old school.
I'm Chris from Nerd Alert News, a proud member of the GonnaGeek Network, just like the show you're listening to right now. The opinions expressed are those of the individual host. Check out all the other great podcasts at GonnaGeekNetwork.com. And get ready, because geekiness begins in 3, 2, 1.
You have been granted clearance by Director Phil Coulson. Stand by for S.H.I.E.L.D. debriefing. All information to be discussed here is classified and may only be discussed among agents granted clearance by the S.H.I.E.L.D. Director.
Now it's time for your scheduled debriefing. I'm Agent Stargate Pioneer.
I'm Agent Haley.
I'm Agent Lloyd.
And I'm apparently Agent Beef.
Woohoo! After 95 podcasts, we finally get the original Agent Beef back on the podcast.
I happened to stumble in here. I'm sorry.
Welcome to Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D., a Marvel Comic Universe podcast. This is podcast number 108, discussing the 108 minutes of the 2016 20th Century Fox movie, Deadpool. This podcast is recorded on Sunday, February 21st, 2016. Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. is a fan-based podcast on the ABC television show Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Marvel's Agent Carter, Marvel's Daredevil and Jessica Jones on Netflix, and the general Marvel comic universe.
Because I'm never going to dance again. These guilty feet have got no rhythm. It's not easy to pretend. I know you're not a fool.
If you'd like to talk to us about never dancing again, you can visit our website, legendsofshield.com, where you'll find all of our contact information. We have a voicemail line, 844-THE-BUS-1. That's 844-843-2871. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and YouTube by searching for Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. And we have a network available at GonnaGeek.com.
This time on Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D., we're going to be talking about, for the second to last time, our Guardians of the Galaxy crate giveaway. We're going to be talking about the movie Deadpool. We're going to run through just a little bit of Deadpool-related Marvel news, your feedback, and highlights from the live blab.im chat room. Okay, for the last time, because we're going to be giving it away just a couple of days, we've got our Marvel's Collector Core, powered by Pop Funko, Guardians of the Galaxy crate to give away. Don't we, Lauren?
Yes, we do. We've talked about it before. You probably heard or saw the unboxing. It's got a lot of cool stuff. And to get it, you need to give us the name, the background, the story of the next entry into Howard Stark's menagerie. We have
Animal
Bernard
menagerie.
Stark. Yes, animal. Let's be specific there. We have Bernard Stark, the flamingo, the devil in pink. We have an unnamed koala hanging out somewhere, and all we know about him is that he's vicious and needs to be tranquilized. And we want to know yours. We have a very tough field right now. We have Edward Stark, the spider monkey, who has gotten into an actual Twitter fight with Bernard Stark. So come on, clock's ticking.
We have a new entry, by the way, and I need to discuss that right here. Our very own network owner has entered into the fray, and he has entered in with Cancellation Canary.
Boo! Boo this man, boo.
I can't believe that. Steven,
He also threatened to fire all of us if we didn't pick it.
Not only does this disqualify you from this giveaway, it disqualifies you from every single future Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. giveaways. So you just cut your own throat, sir. So
take that.
Yeah. Cancellation Canary. And of course, he's referring to Agent Carter and the possible cancellation. But dude, we're positive around here. We're going to get more Agent Carter. It's an awesome show. And Haley, you just mentioned something before we went live. So let's tease a little bit. What would our next giveaway be?
Well, I don't know.
No,
we might do.
Right. We don't know what we're going to do, but we think we know what we're going to give away, right?
Right. So I went and rewatched Deadpool last night, and I get home and I check my mail, and what should be in the box but a Deadpool crate. with like
Ooh.
a cool Deadpool comic and a Deadpool
Awesome.
t-shirt that I'm wearing right now, and a Deadpool Funko and Dorbs and whatever the little stuffed ones are called, Mopies.
All right.
Aw.
Oh, that's cute.
Nice. So I got my own crate.
I want to win that one. What the heck? I'll take it.
All right.
So
well,
enter the
just
contest.
Tune in.
I'm
Well,
horrible.
think up a contest you can win, Beef.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You can rig this right
Oh my
now.
god, he's wearing a little
Oh,
hat.
that is cool.
And then the patch and pin. Also Deadpool and theme. I know it's a
All right.
complete shop.
So it's not often Haley does the unboxing. I still have my crate, which I could unbox later on as well. So, oh yeah, the patch and the pin. Oh, that's so cool.
Okay, that's the back of the pin.
Yes.
I think I'm the only nerd on the planet who doesn't do Loot Crate.
I don't either.
We're bad people.
I'm
Bad
just
geeks.
broke.
I know it gets expensive. It does, and you
Well,
just
one sounds cheap, but then you get suckered into like 8 different flavors of Loot Crate.
Mhm.
yeah. And
Yeah,
thank goodness we have an anonymous donor to give the one for us to give away. So
That's cool.
that is so cool. All right. So moving along, just very briefly, on March 18th, we teased it before, but I think we can call it official now. On March 18th at C2E2 in Chicago at 2:45 p.m., the GonnaGeek.com network will present an everyday podcasting panel. It will include myself. It would, woo! It will include myself. It will include Chris Farrell. It will include Naki. It will include Willie. And will include Cody Goff. And we are calling it official. Beef will be joining us.
Yes, it's not far for me to drive, so I get to sit there and blab as well, or listen to them blab and snicker in the corner.
That's
That's
awesome.
what I do.
We are going to enjoy it. All right. Are we ready for our main event?
Yes, very ready.
Yes.
So Deadpool came out last weekend, and I admit I waited to go see it. But as soon as everybody's like, you got to go see it, I took half a day off and I went to go see it. And it was one of the most entertaining films that I've sat through in recent weeks and years, really. Beef, what'd you think of it?
Same thing. I went into it hoping I hadn't seen all the good parts, and I hadn't seen all the good parts in the trailers, but it's still in the Red Band trailers. It was a phenomenal movie. It took me back to the R-rated movies I shouldn't have seen of my youth, you know, like Predator and all that crap, where it's adult enough and very raunchy and wrong, but it was in the Marvel universe, so that was great. I had a lot of fun.
It was the extended Marvel universe, not the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because
Right.
its property is owned by 20th Century Fox, but it was awesome. So what we do before we talk about anything is we run down like the creative team, like the director and the writers and that sort of thing. So we're going to start on that this week. Lauren, why don't you start?
Okay, well, let's start off. It is some douchebag's film.
Yes.
So great.
Not quite sure what that means, but yes, it was some douchebags film. I don't know if we're calling 20th Century Fox the douchebag.
No. That's where the director goes.
Yes, that's where the director goes.
The director goes at the end.
No. It's a director's name film.
Yes.
Oh, so it's Tim Miller. Tim Miller's
Yes,
the douchebag.
yes.
And he's also an overpaid tool, but we'll get to that in a second. So, Haley, what do we got next? Who's the film starring?
I don't remember. I didn't write down the credits.
I got it.
It's in
okay.
it's in the notes.
Beef, what? Who's
Well, I was
the...
bringing up box
God's
office.
perfect idiot. And,
That's-
and a hot chick. So great.
It is. I couldn't imagine any chick better for this role. The second time I watched, because I went to go watch it again, the second time I watched it, I was like, oh, she is perfect for this role. So who do we have next, Haley?
A British villain, which would be Ed Skrein.
Yeah,
who
that's
is
right.
the first Dario Naharis from
I
Game
knew
of
I
Thrones.
recognized him, but I couldn't figure out
Yeah,
where
he's
from.
the one that I really don't like because he has like the world's douchiest face.
Mhm.
So he's really perfect for this role.
He
The
worked
cop-
well in this role. So well. Francis.
Francis.
Francis, where are you?
I'll spell it out for you, Francis.
And he dotted
Yeah,
the
he
I
does.
with the guy's head.
That was amazing.
Right. There's like the arms and the legs bent all over for the F. Oh, it's so great.
So the comic relief was T.J. Miller. I'd go with
Perfect.
you, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, no,
don't
I'd go
I don't
with you, but I don't want to. It's so perfect. They hit all those pointers where he's like, "Oh man, I just put all my money on you in the Deadpool."
Captain Deadpool.
Oh,
No, just Deadpool. What was the other one right before that?
Nice Easter egg with the Captain Deadpool. So,
Yeah.
Lauren, who we got next?
Next, we have a moody teen.
She was perfect, by the
She
way.
was perfect.
Yes.
Okay. So at first, when they announced it was Negasonic Teenage Warhead, I was like, but that's not her
Who?
powers in the comic, because
Don't care.
Negasonic Warhead is this mutant who dies in Genosha in New X-Men, and she's a telepath. But then I was reading that originally they wanted to use Cannonball, but they were like, but he's just going to be a dumb hick. So they just kind of gave his powers to Negasonic Teenage Warhead, and it ended up working really well.
So Moody, or what is he? Is
The
it
silent.
Moody and Silent? Yeah, Moody or Silent.
Yeah.
You got me in a box. Yes. Just turns
It's,
around all happy.
Mean or sullen? Mean or sullen?
Yeah, it's so great. And having a young woman in there, it was such great interplay for him. The line about, "Wow, this is such a big house, and I only seem to see two of you. It's like Fox is too cheap to get more than 2 X-Men."
Or Fox is
You're
too
coming-
cheap to do another X-Men movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to get another X-Men for
Yeah,
this
to
one.
get another X-Men.
Oh, okay.
And then what was the other line where he's talking about you got to take them back?
Which
Or,
one?
"You're
Which one are we
coming
getting? Are we
back to see
getting
Professor X."
James McAvoy, Professor
Or
X, or
McAvoy or Stewart.
McAvoy
These
Stewart? I'm
timelines
really
get so
confused.
confusing.
Oh,
Everybody feared the T-Rex. Roar.
it's your hand the size of a spork.
A KFC spork.
It's gonna look
And when
huge in this.
pets her with
dying
it,
so
he,
bad.
like pets her chin with it, and I'm like, it's all transparent and shit from the light behind it. Oh,
Oh, and then, Haley, who do you have next?
I don't know where. A CGI character.
Who was actually performed by 5 individual, but it was voiced by Stefan. Help me out,
Kapachik?
Kapachik.
Kapachik, I think.
But the facial performance was by Greg LaSalle. I think that's important to denote. And the character was awesome to bring onto the screen. And then, of course, Haley, who do we have? I'm going to give you this.
A gratuitous cameo. I believe it's his best cameo to date. Stan Lee.
oh yeah.
kinda
Let's
have to.
welcome Chastity to the stage.
You can't buy heaven, but you can have it for 3 minutes.
You can rent it for 3 minutes at a time. Oh yeah, so great. It's nice to see him really playing it up as the creator of all these.
You know, the saddest part is he's losing his vision, so he couldn't even enjoy that moment.
Never mind.
And unfortunately, he has recently put out a message that he is going to have his last appearance in Canada coming up. So he is 93.
Sorry, Canada.
Yeah, he's 93, so he's got to cut down on the appearances. But it was awesome seeing him in
Like
this.
public appearance,
Yep.
you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still going to be doing cameos for a while. It's a free paycheck.
Yeah, well, he's still going to do appearances in America. He's just not going to travel to Canada anymore.
Yeah, I guess
I
it's
don't
like
blame him.
anything that's too far away from home. It's just kind of really stressful. So
Even if it's his own private jet or it's contracted or whatever, it's still flying is still stressful on the body. It's ridiculous. Anyway, it is produced by some asshats. So the list is long, but the 3 that are pointed out are Lauren Schuler Donner, Simon Krenberg, and Ryan Reynolds, who was one of the producers. And Beef, you want to take the writers?
Written by the real heroes here, Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick. I don't know. I like how they broke it down. They didn't even say the people's names. It was just the lines.
and
No,
it was
no,
like
no.
you just knew.
Right.
Yeah, because right away they started making fun of themselves and everybody else. You knew the tone of the movie instantly with just that first slow motion.
That was so great. That
I was like, what am I looking at here? And then finally, when it gets to the point where Deadpool is holding on to the guy's undershorts, right? I just laughed. I was like, this is
no,
so
I
awesome.
was laughing because there's so much little details in there.
There's the
that,
Green
like
Lantern
the coffee cup
card.
that says the coffee cup that says
Rob
Rob
L.
L.
Yeah.
Rob Liefeld.
one of the creators of Deadpool.
Yeah, which again, and then in that fight there on the thing, you have Liefeld Street, you have Mierzejska Street, the two co-creators of Deadpool, and you have Parker Street because Deadpool is obsessed with Spider-Man.
Yeah. So the we started to talk about the opening credits were amazing. They were. I'm kind of wondering if the guilds or the unions or whatever had an issue with the opening credits, because they say that the names have to appear at the start of the film. So I don't know how they got around that for this.
Probably just pay to find like George Lucas.
Could have been. Yep. So the taxi was amazing. Dopinder. I love that guy.
Their interplay is so great together. How about a high Chris or Chris 5? I give you 10.
You have a happy Tuesday in April, sir.
Yeah. Merry
And
Christmas,
then just
Dopinder.
everything. I mean, you think, okay, this is going to be a one-off little thing, and then you see him come back, and is that a guy in the trunk?
Yeah, that was perfect. Where Deadpool is scolding him in the front seat, but also talking under his breath. He's like, "Dump the body, win her over the best way you can, kidnap her." So perfect. Oh, you forgot your guns. You forgot your Hello Kitty bag or whatever she says, and then you see Deadpool pacing back and forth on the phone.
And he causes it. You know the dude's going to get arrested too because the guy's in the trunk.
Because there's a dead guy in the trunk now,
And a bag full of guns in the front seat.
With 3,000 rounds.
You know what I can do with 12.
Yeah,
I like that. The coming out of the 12.
The whole movie is exactly why you should not listen to Deadpool.
That's right. But Dopinder, before we leave him, I just want to say I loved him in the Verizon commercials a couple years ago, and I loved him in Yahoo Screen's Other Space. If you haven't checked that out, go check it out. It's got both him and then the chick from the AT&T commercials in there. It is, yeah, it's great. It's on Yahoo Screen, so it's free. Just go to yahoo.com, go to Yahoo Screen, and you can find Other Space. And he plays the captain on that show, and it is amazing. So I'm very grateful to see him make the way to the big screen. But the time shifting in this was amazing because I was thinking about this. You want to start with a big battle, right? Maybe not right away like we did, but you want to start with that big battle. So it starts with the credits and then it works its way around through the cab ride right to it. And so you got the big initial action scene, and then you go through the time shift of looking at the origin stories, basically. And I think it was perfectly blended. I think it was great. And the fourth wall breaking was just amazing throughout this entire film.
It was better to have it this way, chopped up and split up, than having it be some linear, you see him as not the good guy, but not the bad guy, mercenary or whatever. It worked better this way. You were more invested in the Deadpool story when he's got a guy up on swords. And, you know,
I feel like it wouldn't have worked as well. It wouldn't have felt like Deadpool if it had been just an A to B story. It has to be disjointed. It has to be weird because Deadpool's disjointed and weird. Mm. And with regards to the fourth wall breaking, I know they promised, there will be fourth wall breaking. That was one of the things I was worried about because we have been promised things before.
When he sits there and he's talking to you and Colossus is like, I can hear you. He goes, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to them. And you're like,
I'm breaking the fourth wall within a fourth wall. So what is that?
16 walls?
Yeah. And, oh, by the way, I never said this before, but don't swallow.
God, so good. And he didn't, because that came flying out when that car went flinging. No one's getting hurt. Body falls.
That guy was there.
I was here when I got here.
Oh, but when he hit the sign, it was just like...
Oh, yeah, the violence in this, it's just amazing. Some of it is comic bookish. Right? A lot of it is comic bookish. But you have decapitations, you have flattening, you have slaughtering. Yeah.
I'm going to kill you in 5 minutes.
The Zamboni.
That is amazing. It reminded me so much of Archer.
See, that reminded me of, what was Austin Powers, the first one? When he's going after him with the steamroller and the guy's like, stop.
Yeah.
It works so well on so many levels.
It's basically a live action, incredibly violent cartoon. And that's all I wanted. That was all I wanted from this movie. I didn't want a plot. I just wanted a live action cartoon and lots of violence and lots of humor and lots of fourth wall breaking. And I got it.
his random dancing all the time, where he's just like, "Oh yeah," gets shot in the ass. Oh,
Right up Main Street. Yeah, and at first I didn't get it because I'm like, I don't know that much about the Deadpool character, but obviously he heals fast. So with the hole in the arm, with the getting shot right up the bum and stuff, he's healing almost instantaneously from that.
Yeah, because you saw the arm closing. He looked through it, and you could see it start to shrink.
Right. Oh, that was. It's just a fun movie. Like, I'm
living to 102, and then I'm dying, just like the city of Detroit.
Oh. Yeah.
But the jabs, it's a time capsule, really, for our time and all the movies that are going on right now, because there are so many jokes that only can be relevant to right now, or here. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
like
a lot of fun.
Like the helicarrier at the end of the thing.
Oh, that was amazing.
That was the callback to all the Marvel movies, because this is a Marvel property, but they don't have any of the rights to any of the MCU. So they had to make it legally distinct and whatever, but they brought it in as an homage to the rest of the Marvel universe. So that was cool.
Bob. See, in the comics, Deadpool has Hydra Bob. And since we couldn't get, Bob, Agent of Hydra, we had just Bob.
Bob from Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, is the Jacksonville thing, is he talking about the movie Waiting? I swear to God, every time he brings up Jacksonville, I'm like, is he breaking another wall? And he's talking about that crappy restaurant movie he was in? Because he kept talking about working in a restaurant. It's horrible and it's awesome, but it's just a dumb comedy. That's where I thought he was going.
The jabs against Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was great.
The little toy of the old
Deadpool.
Yeah, the old Deadpool.
With the blades and the mouth going shut.
I'll sew your pretty mouth shut.
Yeah, they tried that one before. It didn't work out so well.
Say the magic words, Fat Gandalf.
Go cast a spell. Oh, that's awesome.
Their relationship was so messed up and awesome.
It was. And as I said before, she was the perfect person for this. If you take a look at her filmography from A to B, I don't know too many other women that I would have wanted as that character.
Okay, specify. You mean Morena Baccarin, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, you have to say the names.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, the female. I can't think of her name. I'm just kidding.
Well, there's Leslie Uggams who plays Blind Owl, and she was amazing. Every now and then I'll just be wandering around my house and I'll be like, I miss cocaine.
That was so great. And then he's like, he goes, I buried 106, or there's 116 kilos of cocaine right next to the cure for blindness.
You want to get high?
You ass.
Well, also, when they first meet her, she's telling him how to get blood out. That means there was so much blood on there, she was smelling it because she's blind. Right. She didn't see the blood.
Salsa water. And
what she can call it out too. She's like, why don't you wear red? Sitting there with this.
All right. Sounds good. And then
I like the progression of the suit though too.
Yes.
First you have the hood or the mask without the eyes, and then you go to the animated eyes. Is this muffling my voice? Can they not hear me?
Yeah, the suit progression was really great. It was just enough to be like to have like comic book logic, but still it was still pretty ridiculous. Like, how did he get this awesome, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just there. Doesn't matter.
Agent Smith from Galaxy Quest. That was awesome. Okay.
Real Grim Reaper type. I don't know. Might further the plot.
That's actually a mashup because Agent Smith from Matrix, and then I just remembered the actor from Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, so. I was watching the commercial one day and I'm like, this guy looks so familiar. I know I can picture him. I can picture him smiling. I can picture him with weird hair. And I started thinking about him like, Galaxy Quest.
The pain that Deadpool has to go through, right? He lives through a building that burns up.
Yeah, that's messed up. I mean, did he get burnt and rebuilt, or did he just? I don't know.
Well, I mean,
he was
healing as he burned.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that makes it better.
There's a book series that I love. It's by Shawnee McGuire. It's the October Days series. And the main character can heal pretty fast. And in the most recent book, she's describing how she heals so fast that sometimes she could like feel like whatever's happening like all over again because the nerves are rebuilding. So picture that with Deadpool with burning, because normally the good thing about a 3rd degree or more burn is that the nerves are damaged so much that you don't feel it anymore. So think about it.
I've been branded with a surgical cautery tool, and I've had nerve damage because they burn through the nerves. So I couldn't imagine having that regrowing and then more chunks of a building falling on me and burning through. And then, because I mean, he was in a nuked out wasteland when that building was done.
Right.
He was in just like charred.
And the rebar that was through him was no longer through him. So I don't know if it melted or if it fell out at some point.
That's just a cold fire then. You know, rebar melts. I mean, it's not that warm of a fire. And
with all that medical equipment they had there too, some of the stuff had to have been high burning crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to have multiple oxygen tanks and
4 or 5 moments. That is all it takes.
Blam! And Colossus just starts heaving his guts out. How could I help you other than luring children into a panel van?
We are within 500 feet of a school.
That is so great. You know, you sound like an infomercial, not like a good one. Less slap chop, more shake weighty.
Yeah.
It's so our time. It is.
It is. I got an inside joke on that shake weight thing too. Anyway.
I don't want to know what you do with your shake weight.
I don't either.
It's not me. So the end fight was amazing with all the Hydra guys or whatever they were, and Megasonic just showing off her powers,
splashing them. she slams that van into like 3 of them.
I brought her.
I loved when she
finish your tweet.
She uses her powers to launch Deadpool up all the way up on the helicarrier.
Him flying up there.
That was great.
Woo! Well, I might as well enjoy it. Oh, and then he gets stabbed through the head, and he's still...
Yeah.
I like how the music slows down.
Yes, the music freaks out, and you start seeing cartoons, and then the cartoons start, like, melting.
What is that from? I know those. I've seen those creepy little cartoons from somewhere.
I don't know.
I know. I was thinking they looked familiar, too, but I wasn't able to place them. It's like
I don't know.
It was from another movie.
Yeah, I don't know if they are from anything or if they're just intended to resemble something, but yeah, I when they started like freaking out and dying and the like skin peeling
and
off,
you could see her like screaming at him.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had another Liam Neeson nightmare. He dreamt that kidnapped his daughter and he wasn't having it.
I forgot about that. That was awesome.
Yeah, at a certain point, you just have to wonder if he's a bad parent.
Right, they made 3 of those movies.
Right? It's like at some point you have to realize maybe you're the problem. But anyway,
the dialogue in this, it was just so great. I don't know if some of it was ad-libbed by Ryan or if it was all written or whatever. But
I know
really
that part in the bar with, you look like an avocado, had sex with an older, uglier avocado. That whole scene was apparently mostly ad-libbed because apparently between TJ Miller and Ryan Reynolds, they went like really far with it. They were like, yeah, it just started getting really mean. So we just
they talked about hate fucking with the avocados. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and those are the couple that they used.
Yeah.
And have you ever tried to repeat his line about Freddy Krueger and a topographical map of Utah? Try to say that like twice fast.
Freddy Krueger and a topographical.
See? And now you add the face what's naming in there too. Yeah. It's not an easy thing to get around.
I'm not even going to try.
Nope.
That would not work with my tongue. No way. No how. Oh, but it was a great movie.
All the dinosaurs feared the T-Rex.
Yeah, it's just line after line. This movie will be in the legendary scale, Beef. Let me ask you this. Do you think it would be cult or do you think it would just be legendary?
I called shotgun on the cult, but it's going to be legendary just because it's bigger than just what it was. You know what I mean? It's bigger than just the comic book that it was. Everybody went to see it. The marketing was perfect for it. It made over like 300 million worldwide in 3 days.
Yeah, it broke so many records for that opening weekend.
Anything for biggest February opening for any R-rated movie,
opening.
any R-rated adaptation.
Directorial debut box
Didn't
office.
break even like Revenge of the Sith's numbers for its 3 or 4 day opening. It's
maybe
stupid. Yeah,
I know it. Outdid like 8 other big comic book movies, including Batman, Man of Steel.
300,
Iron
all
Man.
that stuff.
It did
It's
better
number
than
7 superhero origin.
Yeah, Box Office Mojo has a whole bunch of
Yeah. Wait, some of these numbers are all time though. They don't have them broken down for just the weekend. But yeah,
Yeah, I love that right after a bunch of people were like, yeah, let's have Deadpool in character host SNL. And then I guess it was like
Would
yesterday.
it work?
Did you see the article that came out about it on Nerdist?
Well, I
No.
saw that Ryan Reynolds had leaked footage. Deadpool had leaked audio
Mhm.
about why he would be doing it. It was basically a riff on like an angry Kanye West.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was rambling all
It
over the
was
place, and you're like,
amazing.
yeah, no, you don't want this on SNL. No.
It's amazing. It is absolutely
because-
amazing.
Would he work? You'd have to have a panel of people just sitting there with their finger on bleep buttons. Because Deadpool is so like crass and off the cuff
Yes.
that you throw him in there and it's did you get it? I don't know. I think I bleeped it. You know,
I know. It's like having
It'd be
beef on a
fun.
podcast.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like they
exactly.
just pay their-
a lot of editing.
yeah, they pay their fines ahead of time. Like, hey, we know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
We've paid for 20 F-bombs, Reynolds. Okay. Don't screw this
You
up.
know, he'd blow it in the opening monologue and be like, "What are you gonna do now, guys?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
The post-credit scene. Oh, that
Oh.
was so choice because if you don't know, it was a riff on Ferris Bueller's post-credit scene, which is the first ever film post-credit scene.
And he broke the fourth wall.
Of course.
You know.
'Cause
So
Ferris Bueller was constantly breaking the fourth wall in the movie.
mhm.
So, and then of course he's like, oh yeah, and we're also going to have Cable in the next one. I'm not supposed to tell you. And now, right now, you have like Stephen Lang, who's like, come on, guys, I want to be Cable. There's like a bunch of other people that are like, I want to be Cable. And I am so for
we're
this.
thinking Dolph Lundgren
Yes.
or whatever he said, or Keira Knightley. She's got range.
Mel Gibson was the first one.
Yeah.
That's who it was.
Right now, like seriously, my choices are like Dolph Lundgren or Stephen Lang. But
Or Keira Knightley.
or Keira Knightley. I mean, she can do anything.
Why
But,
not?
The fact that he wears Crocs at home.
I love
Oh,
that he's just wearing the robe and the Crocs over the Deadpool costume because
And then when he fast forwards it, you see him being intimate with a unicorn.
You were meant to see that.
Early bird special. What? There's something wrong with eating before night or
And saving
saving a little money. Stupid.
what was it? Oh, the whole relationship scene between Deadpool and Vanessa, where they're like trying all the different stuff.
Oh yeah.
This
The
is the
montage through
first-
the holidays.
As
Yeah.
far
Yeah.
as I know, this
International
is the
Women's
first
Day.
Marvel-related movie to bring in pegging.
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
All right. Haley, you got anything else from the movie that we haven't talked about? Any other notes or quotes?
One thing, it was an hour into the movie to get to him in the garbage truck. So that's when the first scene ended. I also wanted to know why Colossus had to be metal to eat his cereal at breakfast.
Yeah.
Budget.
Okay.
It seems like it would cost more to have him be huge and metal the whole time.
Yeah, but since he was played by 5 actors, I mean,
True.
voiced by one, facial expressions by the other, it would probably have been more expensive to not do him as metal.
I doubt that, but whatever.
Plus, it's funny. Big metal guy with tiny little.
I hope you ate you breakfast. You need protein.
Here's protein bar.
your bones.
Please, house blowing up builds character.
Yeah, you mean the house? You mean the matching unitards or the house that blows up every couple of years? Hugh Jackman's Man of the Year face stapled to Deadpool's
amazing.
face under his mask. Because I'm watching it again and I forgot he did that. And she peels off the thing and I'm waiting for her to react. And all of a sudden it comes around to the front and it's Hugh Jackman's. I'm like, oh, that's right. And she's peeling it off. The staple's still hanging in his nasty ass
Yes.
chin.
That was amazing. I seriously just good job, writing team. Good job, makeup team. I mean, yeah, he
After a
got
brief adjustment period.
Oh,
A
speaking
lot
of
of
which,
drinks.
you know those
That's the face I
Facebook
do
posts that show up every now and then, and it's like, you know, so and so had this happen to him. Please pray for them or whatever. Somebody
No.
posted a picture of Ryan Reynolds and then a picture of it was Deadpool. It was like, this man saved a bus of burning kids and was left horribly scarred. Please pray for him. And a bunch of people are praying for him.
So great.
It was
People are
amazing.
not smart.
Is
Wham, as promised, and he's jamming the wham
with
tune.
the phone. No idea
Yep.
where the phone is, though. That kind of scares me.
Hey, it ruined the lines of his suit.
In the
Why
words
doesn't
of
carry wallet?
Max from Sam and Max, none of your damn business.
All right, Haley, anything else?
I have quotes.
All right, hold on. You got anything else, Lauren?
I really got to recommend people read the Cable and Deadpool run and Brian Posehn's recent run on Deadpool. If you really want to get a good handle on the character, especially read Cable and Deadpool if you want a good lead in on their weird little bromance thing in anticipation of the sequel.
Okay. Beef, what do you got?
Just stupid lines. I could sit here all day.
Okay, you and Haley can go back to
yeah.
back. So, Haley, you start.
Okay. The whole world tastes like Mama June after hot yoga.
You only work for that shit-spackled Muppet fart.
Some of the best love stories start with a murder.
Fine, fists. Sounds just like your last Saturday night.
About 48 minutes of whatever the frack you want, and a low-fat dessert.
No, I get it. You like skee ball over vagina. It's okay.
Oh,
Ready to throw
your
some
poor
balls in
wife.
holes?
Go ahead, Haley.
Oh, your poor wife.
Beef.
I'm spent, I think.
Is it sexist to hit you? Is it more sexist not to? The line is real blurry.
And then he just shoots her, which they can leave off screen.
Right.
I
He
miss
does cock the
cocaine.
gun, though. Miss cocaine.
That's probably my favorite line from the movie, just the way she says it.
So,
Superhero landing. She's got to do a superhero landing.
It's tough on the knees, but it really looks good.
And we use the rest of them.
all right.
Yeah.
I will just say
Hashtag
again,
drive
my
by.
my favorite thing though is that he dotted the eye of Francis with the decapitated head.
I saw right when the day before the movie came out, somebody was doing a review of it, and they're like, I mean, how can I even review it? It's basically a really violent Bugs Bunny cartoon. The plot, I can't spoil this movie. The plot is a superhero and another supervillain are in a fight because the superhero won't use the supervillain's stupid supervillain name.
He got Ajax from the soap.
So great. And
Yeah.
Ryan, or Deadpool, did keep his sense of humor,
Yes.
snarky as it was. Hey, Francis. He's just mad at you because his name is Francis. And he just, Ajax comes over pissed.
Yeah.
Because I stole it off your dry cleaning.
No, you really do have something in your teeth.
Oh my God, is that true?
When he turns around and
Dad in the chat just pointed out. Did you see in the supermarket when on the shelf they labeled it Francis?
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah. They showed somebody had printed a label for the Ajax soap that said Francis.
Awesome. That is awesome.
So, this movie was great. Fox got it right. I don't know how they did because they totally fracked up the Fantastic Four movie. Although they've been doing good with the X-Men, if they could just not do the Fantastic Four again, I think everybody would be better off for it.
I've heard now that they're talking about doing like a rougher, dirtier Deadpool-y version of Fantastic Four. I read that somewhere on the net. I'm like, okay,
You're missing the point.
right. Let it die already. Give it some time and never come back to it.
The reason
Right.
Deadpool is so perfect is because it's so true to the origin material, and it works.
Yeah,
It did.
And
because
doing-
it had people who actually care about the property working on it.
They got it. Yeah. Well, and Fox didn't really try to narf it up through the middle or 2/3 of the way or at the end.
I mean, what do you do if you're a production executive and you're looking at the dailies? You're like, really? Is
Produced by asshats?
Yeah. All right.
It's like, are you sure people are going to see? Oh yeah, no, trust me.
If you have, I don't know why you'd be listening to this at this point in time if you haven't seen the movie, but if you
Sorry.
haven't, go see the movie.
And if you
Absolutely.
Have go see it again.
Yeah, if you have, go see it again.
All right.
We were going to go see it with some friends earlier this week, but it was all sold out. So
Yeah. I can't wait to see the box office numbers this week. We'll talk about it on Wednesday on the next Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. podcast. So let's get to some of the news. All right, we've been talking about Deadpool stuff all along, mainly all the great trailers that have come out and everything, and the fact that the Deadpool marketing team has gotten it right. Well, Chris Evans stepped in, and he actually tweeted and gave his little kudos to it, but it started with Ryan Reynolds tweeting saying, #Team Cap, to which Robert Downey Jr. tweeted, 8-2 Deadpool, give me a shout out when Rogers boots you out for cussing language.
Was that the real Ryan Reynolds account, or was that a fake Ryan Reynolds account?
If it's Van City Reynolds, it's the real Ryan Reynolds.
It's the verified.
Apparently, Chris Evans's reply was, I thought it was great. Just don't tell my alter ego or my mom.
Nice.
Ryan Reynolds' tweet back to Robert Downey Jr. was, we both know I can't be trusted. #Team Hello Kitty.
That is
here it is. Here's Chris Evans' actual reply. Bull blank. The cussing was my favorite part. Just don't tell my alter ego or Kevin Feige or my mom.
We talked about the Deadpool will not be hosting Saturday Night Live. I think that's for the betterment of humanity at this point in time, unless NBC really does. It's NBC, right? NBC really wants to pay a lot of fines, because that's just not going to work, or extend the live, delay to like a minute and a half to make sure they get everything.
Or just record it and release it on, someplace
that you can.
Yeah, release it for like charity or something. That'd be great.
All right, there's been a lot of
charity with F-bombs.
Yeah. Well, isn't that the whole point of the comic stuff on HBO and all that? There.
True. Or like Jessica Jones on Netflix and stuff. Yeah. So there's just been a lot of Deadpool news. You guys have anything that you remember seeing in the past week or so on Deadpool?
No,
it's all right.
Other than it crushing all the records for
records, it's been an amazing
long list of records.
Box office year between Star Wars and Deadpool. Just been great. All right. And that is basically it for this episode of Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. If you have any feedback to get to Beef, to get to the rest of us, catch us at all the ways to catch us, and we will talk about it in future episodes. Haley, what do we got coming up next?
More Agent Carter. That's what's up next.
Yeah? So go check it out at legendsofshield.com. Lauren, what are all the ways people can get in touch with us?
Well, we have our website, legendsofshield.com. Our voicemail, 844-the-bus-1, 844-843-2871, if you don't want to figure out the letters to numbers thing. And then, of course, we have our Facebook, our Twitter, our Tumblr, our YouTube channel, all Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. We have the GonnaGeek network site, GonnaGeek.com. There's forums there. And you can get a hold of us through any one of those places.
Don't forget, Beef and I will be at C2E2 on the 18th of March. We will be talking about podcasting. So if you have any questions, are interested in whatever, we'll be talking about any tips and tricks we might have for everyday podcasting. The next show on Geeks.live starts right now. I mean, like right now. And that is ATGN, All Things Good and Nerdy. And I just want to say special thank you to Agent Beef for returning to Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. after 95 episodes.
Yeah, it's been a while. I lost my map. Thank you for having me back, guys. It was a lot of fun.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that's been listening to us on Spreaker and been chatting with us on the chat on the live Blab.
Yeah, and thank you to everybody who has been with us on Twitter, has spread the news about this surprise morning podcast on Twitter, has sent us Deadpool related news, quotes, anything on Twitter, or just sends us stuff on Twitter in general. I mean, it's great. Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you to everybody who has been participating in all of our giveaways. We're about to wrap up our Guardians of the Galaxy crate giveaway. So you've got a couple more days to send that to us if you would like to participate in that one. And then after that, we're going to do something for our Deadpool crate giveaway. So stay tuned.
All right. So that was your episode on Deadpool. Until next time, I'm Agent Stargate Pioneer.
I'm Agent Haley.
I'm Agent Lauren.
And I'm Agent Beef.
See you guys in a couple of days. Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you for listening. If you want to leave us feedback, go to GonnaGeek.com and you will find all of our contact information and other shows. You can also visit legendsofshield.com where you'll find our complete archive of podcasts. The music heard on this podcast is by Kevin MacLeod and can be found at incompetech.com. The opinions heard on this podcast are those of the individual host and do not represent Legends, Stream, or GonnaGeek. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is the property of the Disney Corporation. No infringement is intended.
No infringement.
No infringements are intended.
As Gwen's dad says in the chat, time to make the chimichangas, which is censored, of course. Oh, I forgot to say during the podcast, I'm wearing my Voltron geeky jersey.
Nice.
Dude, we didn't
We
even
were like
talk about
three
the
mini
ring.
No, we
lions.
forgot to talk about Voltron.
We were like 3 mini lions that formed together.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, Beef. It was great. You're welcome on anytime, but I know you're usually busy Wednesday nights.
Yeah, if we switch it up or some nights I'll get on. I haven't been watching a lot of the other MCU. A little bit
heard,
of the Netflix stuff.
I considered sending you some DVDs on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I just haven't been catching up. I like the show. It's just there's so much other crap.
I
to
know
watch
there
right now.
is, isn't there? Oh, we keep
It's like the best time for TV nowadays.
we keep talking about that over the last couple of weeks between Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Agent Carter, Legends of Tomorrow.
Podcasting about all of them.
It's
right.
and the Netflix
You
series.
can't keep all of them straight.
Yeah.
Well, and then I branched out into like I watched The Expanse and Killjoys and Dark Matter all
I'm
this
still
last
trying to get
season.
Scott
and
to do that show with me. So
That'd be awesome.
which one?
On
The
the
Expanse.
Expanse.
The Expanse?
She's got a
Yeah,
great
Expanse is really
She's got
good.
a great idea on the spats. It was amazing. I still have it on my DVR in the workout room, and I'm still watching it when I'm on
it's
the
a
treadmill.
good show. It's a really good show. And then
To me, it was like Dark Matter was stupid, kind of campy sci-fi fun, but it was good. You know, a lot of tropes you've seen. Killjoys was a little bit more polished and better. And then I saw The Expanse, and I was like, Jesus, if we get another one soon and they follow this trajectory, I'm not going to be able to stop watching sci-fi.
I know they really
Yeah.
knocked it out of the park with the Expanse. Is amazing that they've done that. And the 12
Mad only got 10 episodes.
right 12 Monkeys that's coming back next month.
Okay, I
Still
heard
need
that
to
was
watch
good.
that
I
one.
fell off the first season.
Yeah, amazingly good. So yeah, just an incredible amount of great TV on. Not to mention the movies or Netflix or whatever. It is hard to keep up. That's
and then
why-
Orphan Black's coming back soon.
I know.
And Archer.
Orphan Black, yeah. That's going to be
Yeah.
great. I've been asking for like 2 months. Where is my Archer? And
Yeah,
then
they
it's-
teased me about a month ago. They said, "Oh, it comes out next week." I'm like, "Oh,
I
yeah."
thought it was. And then it turns out no,
Yeah.
it's March 18th and not January 18th. And I was like, oh, angry.
That'd be 2 months.
And yeah,
But still,
Daredevil
I get it.
season 2 next month. Oh, just
Yep, with the Punisher.
constant, never
Oh,
ending.
God, I need
stuff.
a job that I can work from home.
I know we haven't
and not really have to do anything.
even finished podcasting the Jessica Jones series yet. We're only 5 episodes in.
I'm only about halfway through.
Well, we've seen it all, but we
So-
we haven't podcasted about it. So we did. We all watched it in the first weekend, which was admittedly painful for me. And then we're taking it one episode at a time when we can.
Are you guys watching X-Files?
I've only
It-
seen like 3 or 4 episodes of the original run.
Fell off.
I haven't seen
Okay,
any.
well, if you like the original at all, they're doing the little 6 or 10
Right.
episode season. Perfect.
No, a
I've
lot
heard
of
it's
people.
good.
It's
I just
awesome.
haven't. I mean, I'll watch it eventually. It's just there's so
No,
much.
I get it. If you weren't a fan of the other one, this isn't a
Well,
priority.
No.
it's not that I
then,
wasn't a fan. It's just that I never got the chance to watch it.
but-
And for me, it's a time thing. Like I'm
Mhm.
running red line already, and I couldn't squeeze it in. I thought, well, since it's only that many, like the summer when all the shows are in hiatus.
Yeah, you can catch up
Yeah.
whenever.
That's what I was thinking.
Sweet.
Yeah, I started watching
Sweet.
Outsiders on WGN with a bunch of friends because we call it the Hill Vikings show. Because they're like
Vikings came
Vikings
back
is
too.
back. Yes, I'm so happy about it.
Yeah, what are all the other ones that people keep telling about? The Last Kingdom
great.
and all
I
this
love
other
book series based on.
See? We need to just have a Google Doc of shows we're all supposed to watch because I can't remember.
I have an app on my phone that tells me what shows I have episodes to watch.
Really? Is it like connected to your DVR?
No, you have to go in and check. I watch this.
And I've been watching The People
Okay.
versus O.J. Simpson because it's like a weird little time capsule.
Mhm.
And it's actually really good. Like the acting is really good. John Travolta is like really campy, but oddly enthralling to watch. And no, everyone in it's honestly really great. But there's all this stuff that I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about this. Wow, because my dad was in law enforcement. My mom's obsessed with true crime, so I grew up watching American Justice and Courtroom TV and all this stuff.
Yeah, that trial seemed like it never ended.
That's because it lasted for freaking ever.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Unless you guys got anything else, I gotta go eat breakfast.
Yeah, I gotta
lunch.
work on a.
I gotta go to work on my day off.
Oh, well, thanks for taking time to do this, everybody. We were able to squeeze it in.
Yes,
And
this was fun.
Beef, you're welcome back anytime. Just hit us up.
For sure, I'll hit you up. I'll get on some random other casts. I don't know about shows, because I don't know, like I said, keeping up with them. But we will talk again soon.
Yep.
So thanks, guys, for having me.
Catch you guys later. Bye.
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 Bye.